On Jeff Giles for the credentials.
May I have a request for information, Mr. Chair? I just have a request for information. The quorum requirement under the draft rules, what is that quorum requirement? At most of the large conventions I've attended, it's been at least 1/2. Can you answer that question, please, Mr. Chair?
The quorum requirement is 1/3.
Thank you.
Request for information, Mr. Chair, please.
Question?
Sir, I was wondering if you could elaborate, please, on the requirement for adopting a motion, please. What vote would you require?
Right now, that motion is not in order because we're going to have our reports, and I would like to call Jeff Giles to give us credentials.
Sir, just a point of information, sir, if you could please answer the question.
Point of information. Like a point of information, Mr. Chairman. Chairman, I have a point of information.
Credentials Committee met at the
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask a point of information. I would like to ask the chair
and
if they could tell us the
received
restrictions from
documents
committee
from the
reports voted yesterday.
that
If you could provide that
authorized
answer
the
to us, we
delegates
appreciate
in the
that.
convention. There will be no challenges or contests. The Credentials Committee authorized the seating of all the delegates. There was no objection to that. And there being no further business, the committee adjourned. It was a very quick meeting. Thank you very much.
Point of information, Mr. Chairman.
Now, what was your answer?
Point of information, Mr. Chairman. You went on to the next topic, so
Of delegates and the alternates that are present, that'll be available for everyone in just a second.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, if you just tell me you're going to recognize the point of information
For
or not.
the Rules Committee report. Scott?
Request for information, Mr. Chairman, please. Request for information, Mr. Chairman, please.
I'm not the chair, I'm the Rules Committee chair, so I'll be giving my report at this time. The Rules Committee met at 11 a.m. yesterday on...
Mr. Chairman, this is not the chairman of the Rules Committee. The chairman of the Rules Committee was elected yesterday after the Rules Committee. This gentleman...
Scott Wilfong is the chairman of the Rules Committee.
He is not the chairman of the Rules Committee. All due respect, sir. They voted. There was a vote at the Rules Committee yesterday.
This is not debatable.
The majority of members...
There is not debatable. He is the chairman of the Rules Committee, and I'm asking him to give it. I would ask you to sit down and have the quorum. We told you to sit down. I'm asking you to sit down. Scott Wilfong will give this.
With all due respect, sir, you asked for the chair of the Rules Committee to come up and address this.
Thank you. I am the Rules Committee chairman, as appointed by the chairman of the Republican Party.
The chairman of the Rules Committee is myself.
I'm going to ask you to be seated, and or I'm going to ask you to leave. And I'm going to have you escorted out if you don't leave.
Mr. Miller, with all due respect, I didn't mean to do this. I supported you in your run for lieutenant governor. You were a good man.
This is not debatable. I don't need this. I'm going to ask you to please leave. At this time, I'm going to ask you to leave. I'm going to have you, Sergeant on. I'd like to have this gentleman escorted out. He's not going to.
Yes.
Please leave.
I call for a vote to have the chairman.
There's not.
The only motion that was passed is not adopted by the Rules Committee. So this concludes the report. There's no action on the city convention. I thank
Turn
you.
your chairs around.
Start at the end. Start at the end.
Bring them apart and turn them around. Speaking about
gonna have to ask the sergeant on to please have the rules.
We're asking you, security, I need to.
Sir, this is the chairman. This is the chairman.
He's handicapped. Watch what you're doing.
Look. Hey, back up. Back up.
He has an artificial hip.
He has a chance to walk out.
An artificial hip.
I'm a doctor. I need a doctor. I have an artificial hip. I'm a doctor.
Stand you back up.
I have my hip. I can't stand. I cannot stand.
Need a doctor.
Oh, I'm hurt. I need somebody.
Let me see your credentials. Show me your doctor.
No, don't push me.
Make way, please. Make way, please.
I'm a doctor.
I was bad.
Okay,
I know it's from, so I can get
Not
X-ray of his hip.
one, please.
We need to call the ambulance so I can get an X-ray of his hip. He's okay, but his hip is way back up. Are you not ambulance? Because he's probably going to take
It's
it.
a medical situation. Everybody.
Favor the adoption of the committee report, say aye. Aye. If you are opposed to the adoption of the committee report, say nay. Nay. The nays have it, the committee report is not adopted. We have reached the time for adjournment.
You got 10 minutes.
I move to
If you do
adjourn
not favor
Alex
adjournment,
Helwig
raise
as
your
the
hand.
Chairman of the Rules Committee.
Motion fails. We do not adjourn. This motion shall continue, this committee shall continue until 11 a.m.
We descended the chaos.
We're going to stand at ease until this gentleman is removed from the room. He is disrupting the
Let's go
committee.
up there and stop them from moving. How do we do?
Motion to recess for 5 minutes. Recess.
There's nothing in the
Recess for 5 minutes. Recess for 5 minutes.
Somebody second the recess, sir. All in favor of recess, say aye.
All opposed, say no. No. The ayes have it. We're recessed for 5 minutes. We'll meet back here.
I am allowed to address this committee. All right.
Duly moved and seconded. All favors?
Elected delegates. Yes, right. Mr. Davis, we are holding our convention in this room right now, and if they would like to participate in the convention, they need to go at this time and elect their delegates. For District 1, you can turn your chairs around, do whatever you like, you can whisper, but I'd like everyone to be seated. I'm asking you politely to be seated.
Report.
I would like you to be quiet. But I'm going to ask you properly and nicely to be seated and quiet. We are reconvening the Louisiana Convention. At this time, if you sit down and be quiet, we can move on with our business.
Dude, you're out.
I'm asking you, ladies and gentlemen, standing up in the back, to please sit down. Please sit down, and we have order of business. Chairman shall be deemed to have passed. If the chairman of any delegation passes a second time, the results of the caucus as presented by the tellers to the chairman of the convention will be
Next, we're going to certify our results and transfer them to the RNC. Does anybody have any questions about the master delegation, delegates, or alternates before we adjourn? We can keep talking afterwards with the officials.
Would you just mind repeating the names of the people on, I know I'm in the first, but I'll get you according to the platform, in the rules of the...
Yourself and Beth Billingsley. On rules is Marcy Allen and Sean Wilson. On credentials is John Colbert and Michelle Dogan. Any questions? Okay, any motions for adjournment?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Okay, any opposition? All right, thank you all very much for adjournment. Second, Scott Sewell, who's a member of our national delegation, wants to say a word. Why don't y'all just sit down just for a second?
I know a few of you. I guess one of the few that will be on both ballots. I'm the state chairman for Mid-Romney. I'm a Tea Party founder in New Orleans. I was the Romney chairman in 2008, and I'm a personal friend of Governor Romney. I worked with him when he was at the Republican Governors Association. I served in the Reagan White House. I served in Bush 41. I was Assistant Secretary of the Interior. Been involved in Republican politics for a long time. This is only the second time I've seen something like this happen. I did everything I could to avoid this. We unfortunately are in the weakest position just about anybody involved. We didn't win the popular vote, and we certainly didn't win the caucus vote. So the only strength we have is we are going to be running the campaign in the fall. And the only thing I can do to all of you is extend my personal request that you join with us and we change this administration. What's happened today, a lot of friends are on both sides of this thing, and I listened to the 4th District phone call about a month ago, I guess. It went for 2.5 hours. And there was over 100 people listening in the background. I don't know if you guys knew that. I told a few people that even people around the country were interested to listen to the debate and see how things were going. At the end of the day, we're one of the more conservative states. We believe in, I'm a constitutionalist. I believe in strict interpretation. Most Romney people do. And